Oh. Mm. Where am I? Wait. Why do I sound like this? What the what's go what who why am I in the body of that fat ugly YouTuber that nobody watches? Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome to an all-new Talkin Movies. As always, I am your host, the real Gino Reynolds, and today we're going to be talking about a movie that is from the creators of the Happy Death Day series. Today we are going to be talking about Freaky, a movie that was supposed to be called Freaky Friday the 13th. From what I understand, I'm hearing it out there that while it was supposed to be an inspiration of, well, it's like Freaky Friday, but it's also about a guy that goes around and kills people, so it's Freaky Friday the 13th. Apparently, since we all know that the Friday the 13th franchise and who owns it and everything's out in limbo right now, I've heard that there was a problem with them using the name, or it would have been too hard for them to be able to use the name. So they just decided, you know what, we're just going to call this Freaky and people will get it. And honestly, I think it works for it. What this movie is about, again, if you know what Freaky Friday is and you know what Friday the 13th is, you kind of got an idea. Oh, and if you know it was created by the people that did Happy Death Day, you know what the tone's going to be. You have this high school girl who, she's not very liked. She has her friends, sure, but a lot of people do not treat her very well at school. She's bullied, not just by students, but especially by the shop teacher. Let's just say if a shop teacher or any type of teacher did this to a student, especially nowadays, yeah, they wouldn't have a job anymore. So you have this girl that's not very popular. You also find out that she had lost her father like a year ago, and her mom's not taking it very well. Her sister, who's a cop, is almost in some ways her de facto mom, because her mom kind of won't let her go, but her mom is also drinking herself to sleep just about every night, and this also causes her to not pick her up from school and things like that. So one night after the homecoming football game, our main character, who is also the mascot of the school, her mom drinks herself into a stupor and falls asleep. So she's left at the school. Earlier in the movie, we see we meet the killer. We don't even know at the beginning of the movie. I mean, we know, but the people in the movie don't know that if he's like real or if it's just a legend. Did this stuff really happen? Well, it turns out that this killer does exist, and we watch him take out some people. But then he comes after our main character. But earlier in the movie, he finds this knife that talks to him. It glows and he hears voices. And he ends up using it to stab our main character, and they switch bodies. Now she's in the body of the serial killer, and he's in the body of this high school girl. And now the killer inside this high school girl has a whole playground of school students to play with. And he's very excited. And of course, our main character has to figure out a way to get his body back, or get her body back. And so if she doesn't do it within a span of time, I believe it was 24 hours, she will be stuck in the body forever. So that's your basic setup. At the end of this review, I am going to get into the ending because I really like the ending, so I want to talk about it. But I will not spoil it up until then. Okay. If you know who this movie comes from, if you enjoyed Happy Death Day, you're probably going to like this movie. Now, I wouldn't call Freaky better than Happy Death Day, but it's still very entertaining. I do want to talk about what bugged me a little bit about it first, though. The tone was fine. I enjoyed the tone. It had the same feel as Happy Death Day. But here's the, I think, the big thing I didn't like, even though it didn't ruin the movie or anything. It's just the characters. Though they do have some character development for our main character and her mom, to find peace with the death of the father. Most of the characters in this are very just stereotypical. Our main character has two friends. You have the stereotype gay guy and the stereotype woke black girl. There's really no other character development for those characters besides that. Same thing with Vince Vaughn's character. He's a serial killer that has become a legend, and he's gonna kill people. That's his character. That being said, they swap. So Catherine Newton, who plays the main character, she gets to play the killer most of the movie, and she's really fun. And then Vince Vaughn is playing a teenage girl, and he has a lot of fun with the role. So it works out well. But yeah, most of the characters, the a-hole shop teacher, just a lot of the other characters, the school bullies, things like that, they're all very stereotypical. The boy that the main character likes, he's the diamond in the rough when it comes to football players, right? You got the stereotypical jock a-holes, but he's the one that's nice. You have a lot of stereotypes in this movie. It would have been nice to have a little more character development with some of the characters, but you know what? This movie was just trying to have a good time. So I can kind of drop that. The other thing that kind of bugged me was the extreme predictability of this movie. Okay, and again, I'll talk about the ending, which it was kind of predictable, but we'll talk about that in a bit. The things that I liked, again, I liked Vince Vaughn a lot in this. I like Catherine Newton a lot in this because you get to see them both as they are first, and then you get to see them swap. And they both do a good job at portraying each other, and it's a lot of fun. The movie for a lot of it, is just funny. The kills are creative. Now, I would have liked to seen more violence in this movie. I think they could have taken out, they could have had a few more big kills, I think, like big set piece kills. But boy, do they get creative with some of them. They go further than I thought they would. If you have seen the trailer, you've seen, Cameron from Ferris Bueller's Day Off is the shop teacher. And the way, you've seen in the trailer how he's going to die, but boy, do they take it pretty far. And it was just like, that's great. Because you have this character who, before the body swap, she's picked on by everyone. And you're watching, just by chance, the serial killer is picking off these people because, of course, they start to pick on the serial killer in the girl's body. So you're almost rooting for the serial killer through a lot of the movie, which I don't know if that's a good thing, but hey, you know what? Why not? It's just like, oh, good, that one's gonna get their comeuppance. Oh, good, that one's gonna get their comeuppance. So the movie's violence, they had a pretty creative way of killing somebody with a wine bottle. There was just all sorts of decent creative kills. I just would have liked more of them. In a movie like this, I wish they would have gone a little crazier. But other than that, I was still having a pretty darn good time. One thing I really did like, though, and I was wondering about this because if you've seen Vince Vaughn, he's not a small guy. And Catherine Newton isn't a very big girl. So I was wondering, are they going to play into their strengths and weaknesses? And boy, do they. I like that our main character as Vince Vaughn feels somewhat empowered because all of a sudden she's like really strong, and the killer, as Catherine, being played by Catherine Newton, complains that that he's in this weak body and he can't really do anything. He has to get creative in the way he takes people out. because when he goes up against the shop teacher kicks the crap out of her, or him or her. You know what I'm saying? Kicks the crap out of the killer in the girl's body, because again, she's in this small girl's body and not very muscular or anything. So I really like the movie, the way that they took care of that. Again, if you've seen Happy Death Day, you're gonna know the tone. It's silly, it's violent, it has a lot of fun. It doesn't take itself too seriously. It's got some serious scenes here and there. Again, they do have the main character in Vince Vaughn's body be able to have a talk with her mom, and they are able to hash things out. But she's in the serial killer's body behind a door. Okay, so if you liked Happy Death Day, I recommend it. Again, it's not as good, but it's still pretty good. Okay, I want to talk about the ending and why I liked it. Okay, normally, the way a lot of horror movies end, they usually have, okay, maybe the killer's still alive and you save it for the sequel, right? Well, this one, what I really liked is first of all, they get a little predictable with time. Let's just put it that way. Whenever they mention there's a time limit, and then someone mentions something about time, you remember it and you know exactly what's going to happen, plays into the predictability. But the body swap happens again, and the cops take out Vince Vaughn, now back being the serial killer. And you have the happy ending where they're sitting in the ambulance, and the boy and the girl finally get to kiss, and things are all good. And then you think what's going to be the end of the movie, they're showing the ambulance drive off and Vince Vaughn character is still alive, right? That should be the sequel. Well, no, the movie keeps going. They let it go to where he goes after our main character again, and the family, that little fake out, the family get to take out the bad guy, and it's great. So I really like that they had that fake out ending, and instead of ending it on, well, we might do a sequel to this and Vince Vaughn's still alive. Oh no, we're going to let Vince Vaughn go after her now. It was a nice false fake out, and I liked it. I was glad that this one, though the dagger is still a thing, and they don't really tease anything with it, but the dagger is still a thing, and you could do another one of these. Not with Vince Vaughn's character, as far as I know, unless they found some way to make it work again. So yeah, I dug this movie. I do recommend it again if you like the tone of Happy Death Day. If you like silly slashers, you'd probably enjoy this. And again, it's not as developed as Happy Death Day was. But yeah, I dug this one a lot, and I would recommend it. That's going to be all for this edition of Talkin Movies. If you like what you've heard here, please subscribe to the Real Gino YouTube channel, like this video. If you have anything to say about Freaky, please feel free to leave a comment in the section below. Till next time, I'm your host, the Real Gino Reynolds. See you later.